Hey guys, it's Javon with Kitty and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing monthly horoscope readings for November 2019, and this is for Leo. Now that can apply to Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I also recommend that you watch your Moon, Rising, Sun signs, etc., etc. You guys know the drill. That way you get a better idea of the overall energy that's affecting you for the month. Also, sometimes it will fluctuate. Sometimes you'll resonate more with your sun sign, sometimes more with your moon or your rising. It just depends on what's going on astrologically. Now, this is a general reading, so not everything is going to apply to everybody. As I always say, just take what resonates with you and leave the rest here. If it doesn't make sense, don't try to make it fit. If it doesn't feel right, then it's not for you, and that's perfectly fine. So let's see what's going on, Leo. I'm going to do the normal monthly spread as we normally do, from current self to advice and encouragement, but I'm also going to pull some romance angel cards for love life at the end. Okay, so stick around for that. Okay, Leo, let's see what's going on. So, Leo, current self energy, we have 8 of Cups. Theme of the month is the King of Swords. The key goal is the Moon. Obstacle to overcome is coming up as the 7 of Swords. Major accomplishment this month is the Page of Cups. What to avoid, we have the Hermit. What to embrace, we have the King of Cups. 2 kings already. The supporting factor is the Sun. And advice and encouragement, we have the 6 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, got a fair amount of court cards, so there may be multiple people involved, or there could be lots of aspects that you're going through within yourself right now. But let's just look at your current self energy, which is coming up as the 8 of Cups. So, you could be in a process of kind of spiritual questing at this time, or at this phase in your life. The 8 of Cups really speaks of seeking fulfillment, walking away from things that really you may have at one point found fulfillment in, but at this point it's not quite there anymore. And so you're going off in search of greener pastures. You're going off in search of something that's going to bring you real long-lasting fulfillment, not just something that's short-term. And that really takes some deep diving, that takes a lot of soul searching, and that's what this 8 of Cups really represents. To me, this is very much about soul searching, and he's walking towards the Moon, i.e. the subconscious mind. And you guys do have the Moon coming up in your reading, so there's some subconscious stuff going on here for you. There's a lot of reassessment of your life is what it's looking like. So the theme this month you guys have is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is very clear thinker. He's a very clear communicator as well. So being swords, I'm noticing that he's looking to the left though. So you guys may be looking at your past a little bit and reassessing kind of where you came from. It's not that you're doing major past life healing like Cancer was. That was the last video. They also had the 6 of Cups, but they had it in the key goal position. So if you have Cancer in your chart, I would check out that video as well. But the King of Swords, I'm seeing him, he's just sort of reassessing. It's not like a full-blown past life regression or anything like that. He's just kind of looking at where he's been and then looking where he is now and seeing, okay, what can I do moving forward that's going to be logical and a clear path. So I'm really seeing this as setting intentions. The theme of the The theme of the month is setting clear and focused intentions for where you would like to go based on where you've been. And that doesn't mean repeating old cycles. That means looking at where you've been and saying, this didn't really work for me. How can I do it differently? And then setting a plan. So I'm seeing this very much as a planning month for you guys. You're kind of coming up with ideas. You may be getting a lot of inspiration and wanting to write things down so that you don't forget, because they may pop up out of nowhere when you're not thinking about anything specific. You could be doing something else and then all of a sudden you get an idea. Make sure that you write that down, because if you're distracted, you might forget it. It'll still be there in your subconscious mind, but it's important to keep track of these things so that we have them there. The key goal this month is the moon. So what I was talking about with the Eight of Cups, that's that moon energy right there. So it's going on a soul searching journey. The moon itself, though, can be a little bit elusive. It can lead to illusions and confusion. Wow, I am not. Is it like Mercury retrograde or something? Can somebody tell me? I don't know. I haven't been keeping track, but like my words are just all over the place today. So bear with me. But the moon is very much about the subconscious mind. So this is really looking deep into kind of why you believe the things that you believe, why you're at where you're at right now, what choices really led you into this circumstance or this situation, and kind of where you're moving to next. The subconscious mind is also chock full of information. So that I think that's where you're getting some of these ideas, epiphanies, or understandings. It's really coming through the subconscious mind. So when you can weed through the shadow and the illusion, the subconscious mind is actually very, very intelligent, and it stores all the information from your whole life. Your conscious brain would overload if it tried to process all that. That's why it has to be separated by the barrier between the conscious and the subconscious, because otherwise we would just short circuit. It would be way too much. So the subconscious mind, it has all of the information that you need. You just really have to piece it together. Otherwise it won't make sense, right? So you have to use both your conscious mind and your subconscious mind in tandem so that you can get practical results, which is why that King of Swords is here. Now, the obstacle is the Seven of Swords. So this is where the moon and the illusion comes in. The obstacle can be seeing things clearly. And so the Seven of Swords is saying, don't deceive yourself. Don't play tricks on yourself, because ultimately the only person you're hurting is you. And a lot of the time we don't even realize that we're doing that. It'll just kind of be a default program or a reaction where we will automatically just try to get what we need in the moment, but we're not necessarily thinking long term, or we will kind of talk ourselves into something that we know is not good for us, or we'll try to rationalize something again that we know that's not good for us, or rationalize our choices or our inaction or whatever. There's a lot of negative rationalization that can come through when the subconscious and the illusions therein are involved. So the Seven of Swords being the obstacle is saying, yeah, this is going to be a little bit difficult because you do have to kind of weed through everything. You need to cut down the grass so that you can see clearly. Otherwise, you're just going to be in the weeds, quite literally, in the weeds. So, you don't necessarily need all of these swords to do it. So you don't need to steal. You don't need to self-deceive. You don't need to play yourself for a fool like that. All you need is this one sword from the King of Swords. That's all you need. And it'll be more than enough to be able to get you out of the weeds, so to speak. The major accomplishment is the Page of Cups. So this is quite potentially seeing something from a new perspective emotionally. So using this logic and clear perspective, you're able to go into the subconscious and figure out what's going on without deceiving yourself or over rationalizing or over analyzing. And that in turn is going to help you on this emotional spiritual journey, i.e. the Page of Cups. So it's a new beginning. It's a new emotional beginning towards your fulfillment, And there are messages that come through from the subconscious mind that are helping you, guiding you along the way. So you may feel like you're starting something completely brand new, and you may be. You may be starting a new venture that's going to bring you fulfillment, and that can feel a little bit, nerve-wracking. Or you may feel like you're in uncharted territory, unfamiliar circumstances, and you're out of your comfort zone, but you're still holding that cup, and you're going to learn how to get better. As we see moving forward, the King of Cups is here. So there's a progression. You've gone from the Page of Cups to the King of Cups in a month or so. Time is fluid. But this Page of Cups energy being the accomplishment here, this is something brand new that you're starting that's going to lead to your fulfillment. So congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back, because the work that you're doing here at a mental and emotional level is really important. And it can be difficult. Yeah, it can be really difficult with that Seven of Swords, the self-deception, the illusion. You might not want to see certain things about yourself, but ultimately it leads you to clarity, which leads you to making choices that will align with your soul. And when you make choices that align with your soul, they result in abundance, always. Now, what to avoid, you have the Hermit. So, it's really interesting to me, because when I see the Eight of Cups and the Hermit in one reading, especially with the subconscious mind, this is very much this spiritual journey that I was talking about. It's going inward. And how does the Hermit do that? By going off into the forest alone and spending time with his thoughts, because that's the only way that he can really get to the subconscious mind, to really get to know who he is at a core level. But it's coming up in the what to avoid position. So I think that there needs to be some caution here as to not going too much within. Yes, go within, but not too much. Again, everything is about balance. And I think as humans, sometimes we tend to overcorrect, and then the pendulum swings too far in the other direction. So this is really about balance. It's about finding the middle ground, what really is going to work for you. And it's really got to be about balance. So yes, it's going within on a spiritual journey, but also don't go too far in, because as a Leo, whether you're Leo sun, moon, or rising, you guys really are social creatures. You really thrive on interaction and communication and being out there, because that's who you are. Be proud of that. And that's what energetically really gets you going. That is your life force energy being stimulated when you are authentically who you are. So if you go too much within and isolate yourself and restrict yourself in that way, it may work for other signs better, but not necessarily for you. And that's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. It's just who you are. You're very social. You thrive on interaction, and you need that in your life. So really try hard not to go too far within while still going on this inward quest, right? So it's kind of walking a tightrope, but you guys can do it. So what to embrace? King of Cups, right? Embracing that emotional maturity, that new emotional perspective, that understanding, and the ability to find fulfillment, to not only find fulfillment, to create fulfillment, because it's not like you're going off on a quest to find something that's going to make you happy. That's inside you. That's why the moon is here. That's why the Hermit is here. It's all inside you. You don't have to go outside of yourself to find things that make you happy. It's there within you. You just have to find it there. You have to create it. You have to look within you and really understand what it is that makes you happy and what doesn't. And from there, you can start to make conscious actions and make choices that will bring fulfillment, that will create fulfillment from within you. So you're creating your own happiness. You're not going out and buying it from the store or relying on anybody else to provide it for you. You're literally making it from scratch within you. And you do have the power to do that. That's why the King of Cups is here. So embrace that. Embrace your own inner ability to manifest joy, happiness, and emotional abundance in your life and in yourself. And where to find support? Beautiful. The sun, like this is this is so Leo energy. It's not the Leo card, but it is very Leo energy. The sun, I just see Leos as very fiery, very sunny, very, ferocious, but always, in the limelight in the best possible way. You guys just really shine. There's always a spotlight on you. And that's your strength. That's one of your greatest abilities, is to just, no matter where you are, you stand out. You're very, you're like the sun. You radiate this light, and people just want to be around you because you're warm. You know what I mean? So this, where to find support, is really tapping into this aspect of yourself, and the sun really brings clarity. So, you've got the sun and the moon here. You've got the dark and the light. You've got the subconscious and the conscious. This is exactly what this whole reading has been about for you guys. It's really about both for you this month. Ooh, 88% on my battery and 1222 p.m. So abundance, manifesting abundance, being the master builder in your life, finding balance is really, really the big point here. With 2-2, it's finding balance to create abundance. And you've got both aspects right here for you in your reading. You have both aspects that will be coming forward for you in the month of November that you can call on. So don't get lost too much in the subconscious mind, because you've got the light here from the sun to shine and guide you along the path. So and not being too stuck in the conscious mind and the day-to-day life, but really tapping into what emotionally fulfills you at a subconscious level. So again, you've got this beautiful, beautiful balance here. So congratulations, Leos. This is looking really, really good. And you're going to be getting some kind of clarity and insight, especially as it relates to your emotions and your past. So the advice and encouragement here is really to focus on your memories. And I love that this little orange cat in the corner. Sarah, he looks like Fred. Sarah is my Leo friend, and she has a cat named Fred, and he kind of looks like that. So Fred's in the grass, and this is really about tapping into your inner emotions and your memories. So emotional memories are the ones that we tend to either remember the most, or if it was a negative emotion, then we tend to block it out. So this is kind of all what's coming to light for you guys. There's going to be a lot of spiritual questing for you on the inside, and that's where these memories are going to come up and serve you. They're not coming up to haunt you. They're not coming up to do anything negative. The memories that you're focusing on are coming up to serve you. They want to show you why you have made the choices that you've made and how you can move forward finding fulfillment. Also, the Six of Cups, it's very innocent. It's very playful energy if we don't look at it from that other perspective of, past and past lives and stuff like that. If you just look at the imagery, it's a happy field, and they've cut through the weeds, and now they're just playing in this open field with all these cups of flowers. It looks really joyful, and there's that cat there just hanging out. And he's not attacking the bunny, right? Because it's the predator and prey, but they're living in harmony. So again, it's balance for you guys is huge, huge, huge. And innocence. So the sun card also taps into that innocent energy. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, there is a naked baby, like not a naked baby, like a naked child riding a white horse, just free as a bird, carefree, super innocent, playful, and fun. And that's really kind of what the energy I'm picking up on for you guys is. So really explore your joys, like what made you happy as a kid, what really made you feel creative and inspired, because that is what is going to bring you joy now. What brought you joy as a child will bring you joy now. It's just about tapping back into that. And again, you've got access to all of it. You've got the keys that you need to be able to look at everything here and be very successful and have this really beautiful inner joy. Is he holding a frog? He is holding a frog. I never noticed that. This kid, this kid in the picture's got like a giant frog. I hope you guys can see that. I don't know, but he's just holding a frog. That's just random. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at love. Leos. Okay. So, first off, we have it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And then we have you deserve love. You are lovable. And then we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. Wow. So, this is really about kind of the spiritual aspect of the journey that you're going on when it comes to love and fulfillment. It's really opening your heart up to give and receive this love, knowing that it's safe. Because I know a lot of the time people, we go through so many different kinds of heartbreak over the course of our life since we were a child. But when we were a child, we were so open and free to love. And that's what this is getting back to. It's healing, it's going on that inner journey and looking at all of the things that happened and healing them, letting them go, so that you don't have to continue to repeat that cycle. Because if you're looking for love and you're looking for fulfillment, but you're constantly in fear and you don't open yourself up to it, well, then you're just going to continue to get more reasons to fear love. So it is important to know that it is safe for you to love and you deserve love. Because everyone deserves love. I don't care who you are, what you've done, you deserve love. Honestly, every single person. So, you are lovable. And it's really just about finding that within yourself. Because when you understand and you finally realize that you're lovable no matter what, no matter who you are, no matter what you think about yourself, no matter what you've done, it really doesn't matter. No matter how people have treated you, doesn't affect how you're lovable. It doesn't affect your value. It doesn't affect your worth. You are inherently priceless. And nobody can put a price on you. And if they've tried, well, they were wrong. Sorry, but they were wrong. Because they can't, you're priceless. You can't evaluate that kind of worth. Because it's infinite. So make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. Put in the effort to realizing that you're worthy, that it's safe for you to love, that you do deserve love, and how to create this love within you. Because when you tap into that untapped wellspring of love inside you, oh man, that's when you start to see the love all around you. That's when you start having people come out of the woodwork and opportunities and jobs that are fulfilling and etc., etc. That's when things really start to happen. It's not when you go out looking for love from outside of you, it's when you find it inside of you. And it's one of the hardest things to do. It should be easy. It should be so easy. When we were kids, it just came naturally. We didn't have to work for it. We didn't have to think about it. It just was. It was just a fact. We just knew that. And it was all of the things that we went through after, as we grew up, that really changed that fact. It changed how we thought about that fact. The fact itself didn't change, but it was how we thought about it. And because we're extremely powerful manifestor creator beings, what we believe, we create. That's why you got to look at the moon and the sun. You have to go deep into the subconscious mind using your conscious clarity to be able to bring this to your awareness, because the only time that you can free yourself from the binds is to look at it and be aware of it, because nobody's holding you back but you. And if you're in victim mentality, that's really just disempowering yourself, because you are the creator. You are the conscious creator of your reality. Even quantum physics states this, the observer, my God, my words, I can't believe it. The observer affects the outcome at a particle level. It will either be a wave or a particle depending on the observer looking at it. So and where the particle ends up and what form it takes is dependent on the observer and the consciousness that is observing. So, you are the observer of your life. You're the one watching your life unfold. And so you need to be aware of kind of what you're influencing your life with, like the kind of energy that you're influencing your life with and the kind of choices that you're making. So it's safe for you to love. Now's the time. In the past, you know, it may not have worked out the way that you wanted it to, but it will now because you are lovable, you deserve love, and you're making the effort. You're putting in the work to find your inner fulfillment. You're putting in the work to take action towards things that will bring you joy. And when you do that, you're affirming to yourself that you deserve to be happy because you do. You do deserve to be happy. It's a human right. I believe it's a human right to be happy. It's a human right to give love and have love. So, I mean, whether you believe that or not is going to say a lot about where you're at. And that belief in and of itself, take a look at your life. Is it reflecting that or is it not? All right, guys, so that is your reading for November. Keep in mind that, again, it's general, only take what applies, and also that time is not linear, so some of these energies may have started to play out already, or they may not make sense until the end of November or moving forward. We really don't know. It really depends on your own life. But if you would like more clarity and more individual information specific to you, then please reach out for a personalized tarot reading, tarot and oracle, because I usually do both in one. I have lots of different options. So if you guys do want to book a reading with me, all of the information is in the description box below. Just hit the show more button underneath the video and it'll give you a drop down list of all of my services, offerings, and pricing, how to book a reading and how to provide payment. Please email me first before you send any payment through. And specify what type of reading you would like. I've got email readings that are sent out within 24 to 48 hours. And we've also got pre-recorded readings, video readings, that kind of thing. And then we've got live readings. So we can be interactive, live on Skype, doing the readings in person, face-to-face. So you can ask lots of really important questions to you and get lots of on-the-spot guidance. And I also provide holographic Reiki healing. So if you guys are looking for energy healing, or you really want to dive deep into some of these core issues at a soul level, at a subconscious level, then please reach out to me for a healing session. They are so transformational and beneficial on so many different levels. We go into your chakras, we look at what's going on energetically in all of your centers, and then we just kind of see what comes up. A lot of the time it's whatever needs to happen. So it really depends on the client. There's so many different outcomes, and I want to share some of those Reiki healings information so you guys get a better idea of what the sessions look like. But for now, thank you for watching. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting the channel. If you liked and you resonated with this reading, please don't forget to hit that like button, to also share with anybody else who you think will resonate with this, if they're Leos or they have Leo in their chart. And subscribe if you'd like to hear more readings from me, more information on spirituality and stuff like that. Then hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates and new videos. I love you guys. We'll see you next month. Bye.